That's why they ain't the cutters.
Here are the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Their defense has been so aggressive right out of the gate, wasting no time shutting shooters down here with authority.
And then there's the points off turnovers. They've really made the other team pay when they've lacked ball security. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie reports.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Jazz was all business. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he really stuffed that stat sheet for them, ending up with a triple-double. Such an impressive effort. The team relied on him, and he delivered.
All right, Allie, great stuff as always. He was in attack mode all night. We saw that really propel them to that win.
When he's on, he is on, and there isn't all that much you can do to stop him.
Well, he did whatever he wanted. I love the fact that he was under control, yet very aggressive.
Oh, man, MP to be young again.
And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connected Team. Hey, Tim, if you could start a franchise with one player not named Wembanyama, who would you select? I think I'd go with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now. When you look at his age, combined with the fact that I believe he is the single toughest individual cover in the NBA, he could just collapse defenses at will. That is so well said. Would you pick a position or the player? How would you discern between those two thoughts? I think the key for me is I want to take a guy who's going to make the decisions for me.
We want every single name, every single person underneath to be defamed. Then get the gasoline and get them ready for the flame. But no, you'd rather raise the 45th and point the blame.
And they're going to play 94 feet of defense here. They're going to try to make something happen with the full court press.
They've got Anthony Black. Aaron Gordon is out there with MP, and it's Buffkin in at the shooting guard. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Now here's Matherin. Last game, 26 points for him. In today's game, it seems like running a good offense can come down to getting favorable switches going.
It does, BA. You see so many of the great teams, those competing for championships. What is their primary goal on offense? Find the weakest target defense.
So it's the Pacers now. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
On the court right now for the Pacers. Outside, the wings are Nembhard and Matherin. Nicholas Claxton out there with Neeson. And it's Jones in at the one. Well, you know, Clark, anticipation is key in this NBA game. So often it seems the great ones can see a play ahead.
I don't think there's any question about it, Kevin. It's one of the things I look for in players. How do they see the floor? Do they make passes based on anticipation versus reaction? It's almost like somebody playing checkers and another guy playing chess. The very best players seem to be chess players.
Now we'll hear from Allie before since he's got a story for us. An update, Allie?
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Jazz was all business. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he did everything else he could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. He was locked in all night long. We'll see if that focus carries over into this game. Guys?
Excellent report, Allie. Thank you.
Now here's Jones. We saw him with 11 points in his last game. And Indiana looking at who they've got. Nimhard is the 2 with Matherin at the 3. Nicholas Claxton out there with Aaron Neesmith. And it's Jones in at the 1 spot. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks a lot. The NBA has its eyes on the old continent. Commissioner Silver said there continues to be an enormous opportunity to take basketball to another level in Europe. The quality of the basketball there has been fantastic, and we think there's a commercial opportunity to create something special. Back to you guys.
Okay, Allie, appreciate the update. And the Warriors make some changes. Walker, he's checked in for Gordon. Curry comes in for Black. And Pajemski subbed in for Bufkin. The Pacers also with a sub. Siakam's checked in. And it's Jones with the ball for the Indiana Pacers. They come into this one following a loss to Brooklyn.
It was poor efficiency scoring the ball. They needed too many attempts to get their points.
Yeah, it looked like they were settling out there, not moving the ball enough to generate the type of shots that they wanted.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Outside Matherin. To the inside.
Nice adjustment there, going to the full court press, trying to ratchet up the pressure here a little bit.
And so in the game for the Pacers. Outside the wings are Nimhard and Matherin. Siakam is out there with Nicholas Claxton. And it's Jones in at the 1 spot. And you think of the different styles of play, Tim is the one that you prefer watching.
I personally like variety, Kevin. I like certainly three-point shooting. That's how I made my living. But I also want to see post play. And I want to see teams that also can beat you with isolation sets as well. I think those are the toughest teams to defend. They can hit you from any area.
They sure can. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Jazz was all business. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he registered a triple-double, showing off all of his skills. And with the flashy numbers he put up in that one, it's worth the price.
On the floor for Indiana. Nimhard is the...
Yeah, I watch the shopping network and I'm about to buy a sword. My motivation's not the money, the woman, the clothes.
Mommy, good.
on top of these stages. I tell them about God, I've been to them, it's just a feeling's amazing.
Curry brings the double. Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a loss to Brooklyn.
A bad outing offensively. You break that game down, their issues were pretty clear.
Yeah, the offense was AWOL. It just wasn't there. No rhythm, no flow, just a tough day.
You've got Walker, Lajenski out there with MD. Then it's Curry. That's the Warriors' 5. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for MD. And it's the Warriors' ball. This game against Indiana, the first time they've met this year.
Yeah, and they got the better of this matchup both times they faced off last season. Do they still have their number?
Well, the sample size wasn't that big. I mean, 2 games, not a lot to go on. But they are 2 teams at the top of the pile in each of their conferences. And because of that, I expect it to be competitive.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Jazz really lit up the floor. He dropped an amazing number of points. And
On offense, here are the Pacers. And Indiana looking at who they've got. Nembhard is the 2 with Mathurin in the 3. Pascal Siakam out there with Nicholas Claxton. And it's Jones in at the 1.
Yeah, when you talk about Benedict Mathurin, here's a guy who has
So it's Golden State with it. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, in that game, I thought they took advantage of some sloppy play, but give them credit. They turned mistakes into points.
When you turn great defense into easy offense, you are going to put yourself in a great position. On the court right now for the Pacers. Outside the wings are Nembhard and Mathurin. Siakam is out there with Nicholas Claxton. And it's Jones in at the 1 spot. And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Jazz was all business. He dropped an amazing number of points, and that's not to mention the fact that by the end of the night, he had a triple-double. He was a force of nature in that game. He made the opposition look utterly helpless.
Great stuff as always, Allie. Thank you. Greg, we'll see if he can keep rolling here tonight.
Yeah, and that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
Well, I expect they'll go to him early here, hoping for a repeat performance. There's 49 seconds left in the first half of the game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. A shot by Nembhard, no good. Well, if you're struggling like this, unless you have a wide-open look, make that next pass.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
And because of that, this one looks like a bit of a mismatch. Siakam, right side. Outside Mathurin, pass to Nembhard.
Best interest, they just testing, no, I don't do it. All I do is rock in a spot, work around the clock, make the music hot. Can't lose, cause we running over blessings by the tools. Two for me and 2 for you, 20 telling how we do.
We've got 33 seconds left in the second quarter. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Here's Claxton, and Claxton throws it down.
The more Mathurin creates for others, the more dangerous he becomes.
Back to Curry. MP outside. Oh, he tries a three.
We don't care about none of these haters. 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 I can't lose. And all my blessings coming by the truth.
Are you gonna take a nap and then we can start?
I can't lose. I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Coming in hot. Shoot that. Hey, why not? Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow. Just like the demeanor. I'm feeding my fam. I'm feeding the meter. They got the iron while I got the steamer. I bring the fire, but you never seen her. I testify, I don't need a subpoena. They want my soul, better go to Korea. I love my dog just like I'm Peter. Gotta protect him. I made the call up with just like I'm reffing. I know we left, yeah, now we back together, but I guess that is better now. Later than never, like, what's happening? I'ma need y'all quit asking when. Me and my wife gonna have some kids. Right now we
23 seconds left in the first half. Curry on the wing. Puts up a three. Buries the long-range jumper. Curry's got 8 points in the quarter.
You love it when a guy can put a slow start behind him and begin to ramp it up.
Siakam outside. Claxton sets the screen for Siakam. And Claxton throws it down.
In the modern NBA, boy, you hunt down mismatches. That's a size disadvantage. And he takes advantage.
And so a pretty lopsided game for the first half. Warriors ahead, delivering the blowout. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a moment.
And thinking about the shot.
Oh, that's not that close. It wasn't even close.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Indoors, it's an ongoing debate, but some believe that the game is better to
keep you cool. We all forget. Cause they don't know what they're doing. Forget. They don't know what they're doing. Forget.
I had some beef with the devil, so it's only right that I hop in the school.
They've got MP, Chet Holmgren out there with Jarris Walker. Then there's Brandon Podziemski, and it's Coles in at the 3. And that's the group for Steve Kerr as we begin the second half. Rejected by Holmgren.
Yeah, just an excellent shot block. Holmgren is so good at using his length and timing to erase shot attempts.
And it's good. 2 points.
He drops yet another dive, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
And it's Jones with the ball for Indiana. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Jazz was all business. He dropped an amazing number of points, and he really stuffed that stat sheet for them, ending up with a triple-double. His numbers from that game jump off the stat sheet. He was just superb. Guys, let's see if he can do it again.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Expect that.
Y'all gon' blaspheme. All stars on gas on E. I put him on a circus and get to see. All up in the midst, somebody gotta do it and press me. Game of green, what's on mouth? Triple cut that VIP, a link that thing, metal house. Yeah. I'm way down.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Every so often, Tim, you heard the term defensive anchor. What defines one in the way you look at the game?
Well, I think it's that player that's on the back line.
Hey, let's get to that scripture. 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 I don't care about your theology. Let's get to that scripture. Kingdom mother like a fire. Tell me where you ready. They always saying, look, I name them, but they never ready.
And it's Jones with the ball for the Patriots.
Okay, let's dissect it. Verse 17, that's the context. I know they gon' reject it. Ooh, but I can feel the spirit moving. If you don't rebuke your neighbor and sin, homie, what you doing? And be gentle though, so you don't fall in sin while you rebuke it. They take scripture out of context all the time. They pick and choose it. Ooh, hey, let's go to Matthew 7:23. Who did Jesus say he never knew? For me, I don't care about what your God have never.
And Indiana looking at who they've got. Nembhard is the 2 with Matherin at the 3. Pascal Siakam out there with Nicholas Claxton. And it's Jones in at the point guard position.
Grace that he give, I be like, who am I? Should have been different. The thoughts in my head telling me I should try suicide. So many things I could think of that he could have left when I couldn't get right. I'm my shoulders and said we've been only endured for us.
On the court for Indiana. In the front court, the forwards, Matherin and Siakam. Jones is out there with Nembhard. And it's Claxton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here's Siakam. Still without a basket. And so Indiana again turning it over. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Jazz was all business. He had an unbelievable amount of points and put up double digits in 3 categories. And really, it's a game that will stand out when you look at his career, considering how absurd some of those numbers are. Guys?
Okay, Allie, thanks. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude.
One of the things I like about this guy, he's able to up the intensity whenever needed, and players really feed off his energy.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
One of the things that we're watching happen with Pascal Siakam is the willingness to accept more and more responsibility, both from a leadership and a productivity standpoint, guys. And it has been something else to watch that growth.
Here's Jones, following the basket by MP. Siakam outside. Pass to Claxton. It's Nembhard on the wing. Shot clock at 6.
Here's Jones. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. And the Pacers looking at who they've got. Nembhard is the 2 with Mathurin at the 3. Pascal Siakam out there with Nicholas Claxton. And it's Jones in at the 1. Three-pointer Mathurin buries it from 3.
Oh, yeah, Mathurin does have the short corner shot. Can't let him get room from there.
And let's send it over to Allen LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Jazz really lit up the floor. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he did everything else he could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. A reminder of the amazing things that he's capable of on any given night. It'll be hard to match that tonight, but they'll try, guys.
Oh, great stuff, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him.
Wait a minute.
Now they probably thinking I'm bragging and boasting the moment they play this, but the moral of the story is you can't expect to move if you think with your feet to the pavement.
The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. On the court right now for the Pacers. In the front court, the forwards Mathurin and Siakam. Andrew Nembhard is out there with Jones, and it's Claxton in at the 5.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
That's as good as it gets. Woo! What athletic ability from MP. Plenty of bounce in those legs.
And that great replay brought to us by the AT&T Connected Game. And so Siakam will bring it up for the Pacers. And a wide open look for Mathurin. And it's off from three-point range.
Well, this has been far from his best game. And if they're going to come back here, he's got to find a way to get going.
And what a great start to the second half. They've hit everything they've looked at thus far.
And stolen by MP. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Here's Mathurin. He's got 5. Jones looking for an opening. Nembhard with it. 6 to shoot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on MP. In a moment, now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Warriors.
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leading the defense to scramble.
And they have left the defense scrambling because they have found success in the paint, which has allowed them to play inside out.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, they certainly have the shooters to do it.
I switch up the flow, I got all sorts. Cold with it in the winter, I got all sorts. They still sleeping on the kid while they all snoring. Wait, why? Back on my crazy, but they keep in my busy. I'm working for show. Man, I feel like Big Willie. I make it get jiggy, get down on the floor. Down on the floor. My favorite on Peter, they stuck in their figure out. How about the pro? Got some pressure from Pedro, I'm switching the gears and I'm working.
And it's Jones with the ball for the Indiana Pacers. Anthony Black out there with Jarris Walker. Then it's Chet Holmgren. Then it's MP. And it's Bufkin in at the 2. That's the Warriors 5. The role of the big man has evolved over the years. What's been the most noticeable change to you, Clark?
BA, and it's not just the big man. I just think the overall athleticism of all of the players, certainly the big guys, stand out because they're now taking the ball rack to rack. They can go in traffic with the dribble. They're more mobile on defense because defenses switch a lot now. I mean, it's not all about being in the paint just because you're a big guy. They play all over the place.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Jazz was all business. He dropped an amazing number of points, and he really stuffed that stat sheet for them, ending up with a triple-double. What a game for him, and against their rivals, no less, which had to make him feel extra special. Guys, back to you.
Good stuff, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
And he comes up with a bucket.
A massive reason they're winning. This guy hasn't missed a shot, not one.
The Pacers have gotten just 3 of 8 shots to go in the third quarter. Jones, pass to Claxton. Here's Siakam. Back to Claxton.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
We've got Jarris Walker. He's out there with Anthony Black. MP out there with Hope.
Open my arms, Father, I'm yours. Begging you to fan. This is more. Open these doors to the rich and the poor. I dance like shake my face. I was 17. I ain't nothing but just can't remember. Yeah, I know where it get wet. That's the reason I'm saying,
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Anthony Black out there with Walker. Then it's Chet Holmgren. Then it's MP. And it's Buffkin in at the shooting guard position. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Just 2 to shoot. Nembhard for 3. Warriors with the rebound. Holmgren's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
He's just basically a body out there right now. Nothing else. The team is struggling, and he hasn't been able to help them out at all.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Now here's Jones. No points yet, and keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Jazz was all business. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points and put up double digits in 3 categories.
Second music.
And just a huge game for him. His coaches would love to see him do it again. Guys?
Great report there, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
Oh, an explosive finisher. Gordon is also skilled at staying in control and finishing through contact.
Here's Matherin, following the score by Golden State. Pass to Siakam. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
I'll be honest, I'm a little surprised he missed that.
You know, Grant, for a guy who started playing basketball at age 17, Siakam has put together quite the resume.
Yeah, B.A. Pascal.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, young man. We see you, MP. You know you're for real.
Now here's Jones. Still no points. High post Siakam. Gordon's on him. Back to Siakam. 5 to shoot. It's a nice passing by Indiana here. Jones from outside. Walker pulls down the board. Walker's got 6 rebounds in the game. Throw it down! Wow!
The young Bob MP taking off there.
How about that elevated look on the AT&T connected cam?
All that little word that's back on your well. It's either in the word or not. There's no need to guess. If it ain't there, but you preach it. You relying on yourself.
And here are the Pacers now. Mathurin with the ball. He's got 5. Siakam outside. Back to Mathurin. Can they get it?
Looking like a prostitute stripper, hashtag hanging out, and you represent Christ. No, you represent God, you represent party, you represent
Now here's Jones. Now scoring in this one, and stolen by MP. On the court right now for the Pacers. In the front court, the forwards, Mathurin and Siakam. Then it's Jones. Then there's Nicholas Claxton. And it's Crawford in a 2-guard. Now here's Jones. He averages about 5 points a game.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
They just need a spark. This is when you're the leader. On the Hebrews chapter 10. I'm the one who really think about it. Then what they saying?
They say Bryson need a chill, cause he gon' make him mad again. I don't care who get offended, but I'm still going in. Touching the thing in the obvious. Tell me who are you? If you don't write this right, it's not of God. Yeah, it's true. 1 John chapter 3, verse 10. Read it through. Romans 6, now with Christ, now you know. And I know that it's confusing cause the church will tell.
And Indiana looking at who they've got. At small and power forward, it'll be Mather and Siakam. Then it's Nicholas Claxton, and it's Strother in at the 2. And it's
I think I'm a Christian, I'm a real life savage. They gon' say I'm
on the dance, slam, even have it. I'm a you and not a soul. One of them thinking what your brightest tell, saying all I'm so. I'm a second man trying to go in 1 John 3.
I just read it, I ain't right. Seeing you say have control on my flesh, I had to fight it. It's a narrow path, so I know the world don't like it. If you a child of God, it practice righteousness and sin is righteous.
Oh, y'all be king jumping in the word. Hold on.
And here's Jones. Nothing on the board. On the court for Indiana. In the front court, the forwards, Mathurin and Siakam. Then there's Nicholas Claxton. Then it's Jones. And it's Crawford in at the 2-guard. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Ali LaForge.
I don't walk and talk in the church, but why can't I find it in the chapter verse? Then I'm going to do and preaching with the curse.
That's what happens when you ran to the word. It gets worse. Hold on.
All things are passed away.
I ain't like these other Christians. I'm a real life savage. They gon' say I'm
Jarris Walker out there with Aaron Gordon. Then it's Anthony Black. Then it's MP. And it's Bufkin in at the 2-guard. That's the Warriors 5. Here's Strother. Yet to see a basket. And the three-pointer goes.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Jazz was all business. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he did everything else he could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. He was really special in that game, and they're hoping he can repeat that kind of performance tonight. Guys, back to you.
Allie, we appreciate the update. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
Yeah, he was more than happy to carry them, BA. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
Now here's Gordon. Checking his numbers. He's put up a little.
That does come up in interviews and things, but
I'm confused, I don't understand how you Christian but deny God in front of man. Oh, I get it. You don't want to lose your fans. We paying down from the king who got his hands. 4 trillion moves up and become new. So why you still acting like the same you? You can change the words for me, change you. How was it not the word of God? Look how it came true. I say the Bible and they get offended, of course. Sports, they got trannies on Disney. Look how it's getting forced. Give me kids company blockers, so give it to the course. They're sexualizing our kids.
Now Jones hasn't made one yet. On the floor right now for the Pacers. In the front court, the forwards, Mathurin and Siakam. Then it's Jones. Then there's Nicholas Claxton. And it's Crawford in at the shooting guard position. And for the Pacers, they're shooting a pretty brutal 29% since the break. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Jazz was all business. He dropped an amazing number of points and put up double digits in 3 categories. He just went out there and played his game, absolutely owning the opposition in the process. Back to you guys.
Great stuff, Allie. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Well, he really lit it up. Maybe we'll see a repeat performance tonight.
And it's the Pacers with the ball after the Warriors pick up 3. Back to Jones. No good, unable to end this run.
Still searching for his first bucket of the night. He is struggling, and so is his team.
Kicks it out to Gordon. The 3 from MP. And again.
And that's 70.
He's unbelievable.
What a performance for him on the offensive end. He's been fantastic the entire game.
Gordon against Siakam. Over Gordon. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
And it just feels like his poor shooting has been contagious to his entire team as they find themselves trailing.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock.
Away from my spins, which probably take away from my ends. Then I hope it brings someone out of sin. I know I said that line before, but I'ma say it again. I don't care who it offends, nah. confused, I don't understand. How you Christian, but the nine got a front of man. Oh, I get it. You don't want to lose your fans. Repent God, but the kingdom of God is at hand. Born to your whole self and become new. Like the same you.
Indiana on offense. Jarris Walker out there with Aaron Gordon. Then it's MP. Then it's Anthony Black. And it's Bufkin in at the 2. That's the Warriors 5. Oh, they're no good.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot from.
And, you know, they've got to be careful. This is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
And he's gone 1 for 1 in the game so far at the line. Free throw good, MP.
You know, it's no secret that MP is a confident guy. But what I really like is that most of the time he lets his play do the talking for him.
Indiana making a switch here. Kane checked in for Claxton. Neesmith comes in for Pascal Siakam. Limhart, he's checked in for Mathurin. And Clemens subbed in for Jones. Here's Strawler, giving them some good production.
Genesis 5 verse 31 from verse 26. Then they ask what you been doing. One flesh what you really get submit to them. Put your kids so the devil can't get to them. Turn them up and you hope the work stick to them. Wait, if you a biblical wife, this your song. Get your kids working long and you take care of them home. No love. And you wake up and naked on the ground and they want to see.
There's 25 seconds left to play in the third. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And the Pacers can't get it to go.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors able to put on a show for the ages. And with as many three-pointers as they bring, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. Back to the action in just a minute. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
All the Warriors. And every team is trying to ward off or recover from injuries. So, Doris, how much separation is there with regards to team training staff?
Now, this is a great question, Kevin, and I think one of the things it highlights is how important every member of your staff is, from your head coach to the assistant coaches, down to the training staff. An 82-game season will challenge any medical staff.
MP way outside. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
And Indiana looking at who they've got. Nembhard is the 2 with Mathurin at the 3. Nicholas Claxton out there with Pascal Siakam. And it's Jones in at the point guard position. Just 5 to shoot. Indiana needs to get a shot off. MP with the block.
Teams are realizing you have to account for MP on that defensive end, especially when you're going up near the hoop.
Here's MP. Pass to Gordon. Back to MP. Gordon on the wing. MP outside from downtown. Another 3!
You can bet MP will make a lot of those over his career.
And for Indiana, they're shooting at 31% here in this fourth quarter. Jones, pass to Mathurin. There There are usually one or two mid-season coaching changes in the NBA every year. Can those energize the team, Grant?
You know, B.A., we've seen it give teams a boost in the past, but only on occasion. Usually it's a last-ditch effort in a doomed season or simply just turning the page.
Those guys you just love watching because he plays with such confidence, hunger, and a smile.
Indiana on offense.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Warriors.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And we just saw one of the greatest teams of all time win again. They've reached that magical 72-win marker, and they keep going.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for MP.
They couldn't have asked more from him, putting up the 6th triple-double.
Claxton can't get it to go.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
Up top, Curry. MP outside. 6 to shoot from deep. Good. He hits again. Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
Yeah, it feels like he can't miss.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Siakam. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. MP inside, working on Jones. Gordon finds MP. Good! That's another bucket!
90 points! A legendary performance!
We will be talking about this one for
8 steals, 5 blocks.
a long, long time. And so it's the Warriors taking care of business in this one. We saw 2 different teams tonight. The one played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
It's the food that says in his heart there's no God, but you ain't listen. Bible thumper, they say I took over the summer. I know they wonder why I'm never doing numbers. I'm a hunter, and y'all be going out like suckers. The wicked fleeing, but I'm a lion, not a runner. Bible thumper, they say I took over the summer. I know they wonder why I'm never doing numbers. I'm a hunter, and y'all be going out like suckers. The wicked fleeing, but I'm a lion, not a runner.
Thank you. I'll get right into it. The first time I heard the name MP was when his agent, Austin Kelly, hired me to film a documentary series about a late bloomer from Vermont, of all places, playing basketball overseas. MP was a complete unknown, but I've never met anyone who knew themselves better than he did. He never doubted that he had what it takes to make his seemingly impossible dreams come true. And that confidence, plus an unsolicited highlight tape, caught the eye of one Deion Benjamin, a legendary skills trainer who seemed to know everyone who's ever played a game of basketball in their lives. Deion invited MP to Los Angeles to play in one of his world-famous open runs. He was so impressive that he immediately got recruited to play in the West Coast Basketball League, one of the top club league circuits in the country. And he quickly proved that he belonged. Not only did he make the WCBL All-Star team, but he led the team to victory over a team of the EYBL All-Stars, earning MVP honors in the process. Now, one of those players on the EYBL All-Star team was kind of a sore loser. We told MP that this was his one shining moment and that he'd never make it to the league. As we all know, that one ain't aged well. Now, I'm not gonna call him out by name. He's a civilian now, but like I said, it didn't age well. For MP, the show was just getting started. And he left for Spain, ready to test himself against grown men in the second best professional league in the world. And he passed that test with flying colors, leading Basket Madrid to the European Basketball Alliance Championship. After a successful year abroad, MP was selected in the second round of the draft. And for most people, this would be a dream come true, but it wasn't enough for MP. The only dude to get mad at getting drafted. But that's what makes him him. He never stopped pushing himself. Not when he became a starter, or an all-star, or even an all-NBA player. For MP, the journey truly was the destination. And that's why it's my honor to introduce not only the latest Basketball Hall of Famer, but one of the greatest to ever lace him up. MP, y'all.
Hey, thank you, Xander. Hey, everyone, please give it up for Xander one more time. That was very touching. Really hit home. You know, as I stand here, I realize that at this point in my life, I'm not one for words. But back in my playing days, when I didn't feel like talking, which wasn't often, I would tell the media that my game would do the talking for me. And now, I'm here, and I'm getting ready to be inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. And I could truly say that my game, it said it all. I'm told some people think I'm the greatest to ever do it. That's a matter of opinion to me, but if a bunch of people think it's true, who am I to argue? When you join a gold star organization like Golden State, you couldn't ask for a better opportunity. And our ambitions dovetailed perfectly. My talents and my will, joining a culture that seeks and celebrates championships above everything else. We were marriage made in heaven. When people talk about what we accomplished, they usually compare us to one dynasty in particular. The Steph KD Warriors are the first dynasty I remember watching. They were otherworldly. But I feel like we took the baton from them and we ran with it. We took it somewhere new, somewhere farther. When people ask me for advice on how to get to where I'm at, I have a hard time knowing what to say. Everyone's different. Everyone's path is different. But if there's something I've noticed about all the greats across all walks of life, it's that they follow their passions. Whether it be hooping at the highest levels, starting my own club league, or convincing one of the best anime studios in the world to make a TV show about my life. I've always gone where my passions have led me. And I wouldn't have been able to do that without the support of the best parents in the world. They sacrificed a lot so I could follow my passion. And for that, I'll always be forever grateful. So for all those parents out there who have a loud-mouthed kid just like me, who won't shut up about their very possible dreams, I beg you, do everything you can to support them. They may not end up in the Basketball Hall of Fame, but if everyone in life is allowed to follow their passions, I think we'll all be in a much better place. So, yeah. Thank you all so much for being here. This is truly, truly an honor, and it means the world to me.
Shake it, MP.
Hey, I was 16 in the strip club, showing love while the DJ's playing my song. I was 18 doing shows at all the middle schools, watching young kids singing along. Rapping about money, sex, and women, and they love it. But we grew up the same, so we ain't thinking nothing of it. All we cared about was music, getting drunk and clubbing. But when you become new, then your past means nothing. Yeah, I used to step in the spot, drunk, entertaining thoughts. Now I don't want them girls around me. Now I used to walk in the club, buying bottles, doing dope, saying damn, doing something I need. But I wanna go, so I called it, but I'm feeling God all on me. I'm feeling God all on me. I remember we before a soldier boy, like the crank that, and we
Are you ready now?
was coming soon, we could taste that. And we had dreams of
Okay,
making
I'm
money
coming.
just to make tracks.
I gotta go
But
back
that
in
was
the
living
game,
young.
guys.
I could take you way back. Who was on 106 and Park in the city was behind us. That was around the time I dated Ariana. And then we got on radio and ran the Carolinas. Just telling girls to shake for the dollars. And then we started really getting views. Performing J. Cole and WSSU. Labels was calling too. But God knew, so he didn't give me the fame. Now look at me getting attacked for his name.